20 years ago, a drive to the hospital in the morning. 20 years ago, calling off work because it was time, the baby was on his way. 20 years ago, bright sunny skies over Buffalo. 20 years ago, a very long day of pain and struggle. 20 years ago, thinking, at the end of this day, one set of dreams comes true and another starts. 20 years ago, seeing them wheeling her into surgery prep and being given ill-fitting scrubs to change into. 20 years ago, sitting again by her side while they did the cesarean. 20 years ago, thinking, this isn't the way we wanted this to go, but we've been here before, we can do it again. 20 years ago, sensing a change in the mood of the doctors as they extracted him from the womb. 20 years ago, wondering why he wasn't crying yet. 20 years ago, hearing one of the doctors, the main one maybe, saying, this isn't good. 20 years ago, looking at that other table and seeing them take out the intubation tool and thinking, I've watched enough ER to know what that is. Why are they using that? What's going on? 20 years ago, waiting at her side while they did whatever it is they did to him and for him, someplace else in that giant building that was always too cold no matter where you were. 20 years ago, being taken upstairs finally to see him, instead of him being brought to us. 20 years ago, meeting the NICU nurses for the first time. 20 years ago, wondering how they could hook all that stuff up to a human being that tiny. 20 years ago, wanting to know why he couldn't cry. 20 years ago, seeing the new set of dreams stop before they can even start. 20 years ago, learning that life was somehow going to be more now about fighting than living. 20 years ago, starting the remainder of my life to wonder what could have been, who he might have been, what he might have become. 20 years ago, beginning an unbroken streak of asking why each and every day. 20 years ago, the first day of a life that lasted for 458 more. 20 years ago, our son. Happy birthday, Quinn. Where are you?